Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another trucking vlog episode, Mah Trucker vlog number 30. Now, I actually had a previous version of this vlog episode that I uploaded, but I decided to delete it and upload a much better version of it because I got more information on this subject. And as you know, basically, I had a very interesting conversation with a trucker who works for Walmart, a trucker who's an over-the-road trucking driver. Solo company driver, and as I always say in my vlog videos, when you get information from a trucker, always consider the context. And so just make it abundantly clear, the context is this information came from a solo over-the-road trucker who drives a Freightliner Cascadia and is an over-the-road trucker for Walmart, and it's where he's on the road for 5 days and has mandatory home time for 2 days. So 5 days out, 2 days home. And so anyway, this is information that I got from him because I've noticed some interesting things. I was always curious about what it's like to be a trucker for Walmart because, you know, Walmarts are everywhere. And I do occasionally pick up loads at Walmart distribution centers as a trucker for Bar None, and I've also done it when I was with US Express and Wilson Logistics because there's such a need for truckers that they just there's so many different companies that actually will haul loads for Walmart, and it's considered a big deal when you got a contract with Walmart as a trucking company. Anyway, so but when you go to driveforwalmart.com, which is the go-to place to get info about this, info is vague at best, and I haven't found any job listings for like an over-the-road trucking job because I'm the kind of guy that wants to live in his truck, so that any money that I would waste on rent or mortgage, I'm just stacking it up in the bank because of my plans of immigrating to Argentina one day. I'm just trying to save up $150K while studying Spanish. And anyway, well, here's the thing. When I talked to him, the info he gave me blew my mind. And it was really helpful for me because I'm at a point in my trucking career where if I count from January last year up until now, let's see, January, February, March, April. So I'm at a year and 4 months experience as a trucker. And so I've kind of passed my first basic milestones breaking into this career, which is, you know, getting a CDL permit and then getting a CDL and then passing a year of experience, because once you pass a year of experience and you got a clean record, then more opportunities open up to you. And so I was curious, you know, what are my options? What paths can I go? Because there's so many directions that you can go in this trade. And anyway, because I don't like stagnating, and I always need to have a goal to work towards. I don't really feel myself if I'm not working towards some goal. And anyway, I think that, you know, continuing to better myself as a trucker and taking advantage of new opportunities as they open up will probably help me reach my personal life goals quicker, financial and otherwise. So anyway, as to compare my income to this trucker's income, I'm going to remind you that I have low range paychecks, regular range paychecks, and high range paychecks, depending on how many miles I get, because, you know, I'm paid by the mile. And my low range so far has turned out to be $700-800 to $1,000 on what I consider a crappy paycheck. A normal paycheck is like $1,000 to $1,200, and a high-end paycheck would be $1,300 some dollars. And I've been getting about one shitty paycheck a month in that definition because, you know, shit happens. But anyway, so let's compare that to this guy's income. Okay, in my context, I get paid weekly. Okay, so I just told you weekly pay. So his weekly pay is he actually gets paid bi-weekly. So he told me that his bi-weekly paycheck after taxes, remember this is after the income I just gave you with my paychecks, I was telling you in the context of after taxes. His paycheck he gets once every 2 weeks after taxes, ranges from low end $3,000 to high end $3,500. So when you do the math, that means that his weekly pay after taxes ranges from $1,500 to $1,750 per week after taxes. Holy crap! And then that that amounts to $6,000 to $7,000 a month after taxes, which amounts up to $72,000 to $84,000 a year after taxes. And to give you a sense of scale, best case scenario, I make $85,000 this year before taxes, working for Bar None, which comes out to around $65,000 best case scenario after taxes. So, holy crap, this is a huge difference. And also, I finally figured out why I rarely ever see any Walmart truckers at truck stops, if at all. And it's because these Walmart over-the-road truckers, they do their 10-hour resets at wherever the closest Walmart distribution center is, and they're freaking everywhere. And or they can actually park in the parking lots of Walmarts and do their 10-hour resets there, and which Walmarts are everywhere. So that's why I haven't been able to actually talk to a Walmart trucker until recently, and that's only because I was going to a distribution center in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, and I was waiting on a load, and so was this Walmart trucker, and I had a chance to finally talk to a Walmart trucker for the first time, and what he told me blew my mind. But I mean, they do occasionally sometimes stay at truck stops, but most of the time they stay at the DCs, because at the DCs they don't just get free parking and it's secure parking, but they also get free showers. And when it comes to the 5 days on, 2 days off, that means when you drive to work, you park your vehicle in a place that's very secure. There's cameras everywhere. You ain't got to worry about your vehicle being vandalized or whatever in those 5 days. So that's what's going on. But now here's the job requirements to become qualified for this type of trucking job. You have to be within a 250-mile radius from a distribution center, and there has to actually be a job opening. They're not like quote-unquote always hiring truckers like a lot of trucking companies do. It's when the job opening's open. And so if you're within 250-mile radius of a Walmart distribution center and they have job openings, then you have to have 3 years experience and a hazmat endorsement. And but they will tell you that that it's not required to have the hazmat endorsement when you start working for them. But when you start working for them, you're gonna have like 100 and something days to actually get the hazmat endorsement. So I highly recommend just get the hazmat endorsement before you even fill out an application. The job title is trans-truck driver. If you're looking for it on driveforwalmart.com. Most of the time you won't find it. And one of the biggest misconceptions about trying to get info about Walmart, working for Walmart as a truck driver, is that there's no such thing as recruiters. The truth is a little mixture of yes and no. What you got to do is that you have to contact human resources. At least that's what the trucker explained to me. The Walmart trucker explained to me, and I did a little digging and actually found a recruiting number that I'll give you. It is 1-888-596-2365, and you hit option 5 on the menu. And they only answer the phone Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And anyway, but yeah, that's what it is. And so which just helps me because I'm at a point in my career as a trucker where I just, I just finally finished completing the first basic milestones as a trucker. And I'm trying to figure out what my next milestone is. And I've been on the fence on whether or not to get a hazmat endorsement. But I've officially made the decision that I'm going to get a hazmat endorsement this year. Also, another thing I forgot to say is that when you're doing this over-the-road trucking job for Walmart, you're going to be pulling a mixture of 53-foot dry vans and reefers. So it'll be whether or not you're pulling a dry van or a reefer is dependent on your specific load at the time. And so, yeah, just letting you know about that. But yeah, this is all the information that I've been able to get. And this information comes directly from a recruiter, but I'm not even sure if she's like officially a trucker recruiter. It's just, this is the recruitment line that you call to get info. And I found out that it's going to be very difficult to actually find this job listing on driveforwalmart.com. So if you meet the qualifications, your best bet to find an actual job opening is to just call this phone number, because that way you might even be able to find a job opening before it's even listed on the website. Because driveforwalmart.com has a lot to be desired in that department, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, that's what you got to do. And there is an orientation process, but that's the basic bottom line info about this. And also, this Walmart trucker did give me sort of like a business card of his, because they have a referral program. So the HR recruiter, whatever lady that I talked to over the phone at Walmart, she told me it's way too early for me to give her this guy's name and driver number so that he could get a referral bonus, a couple years in the future when I actually start driving for Walmart. And but just as a way of gratitude and for this guy giving me this important info, which will ultimately help me get to Argentina quicker. His name is James Boyd, and his driver number is 50396. I'm sharing this information on this video so that if there's any of you who are watching this and you're a trucker and you meet the requirements for Walmart and you end up applying for Walmart, please use him as a referral so that he can get a referral bonus. I'm just doing that to help this guy out, show my respect to him and gratitude for this really important information he gave me, because it blew my mind and it really helped me give me a new sense of direction in my trucking career, because I always want to be pushing forward and I don't want to stagnate. So anyway, that's the info that I want to give you. And like I said, I had a previous version of this video that I uploaded. I decided to delete it and replace it with this version so that because it has more helpful information. So y'all have a good one.